Let's call this meeting in order. Roll call vote, please.
Okay, Commissioner Buckley.
Here.
Commissioner Cater.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher. There is a quorum, and Commissioner Cater is presiding today.
Thank you. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father God, we are humbled by your greatness, your gifts that you bestow on us, your patience with us. We ask that you give us wisdom and guidance in the decisions that are made here today. And all these things we ask in your Son's name, Jesus Christ.
Amen. The consent agenda is on the board.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Okay, purchase the sole source for election supplies.
Yeah, this is what we put on, we had to bid out, and we had to at least post in the newspaper. This is for Atkins. They do our printing, and there's no other bids, and they are. This is their letter saying that. The total cost for the elections is $35,205. So we might as well approve that bill while you're doing it. And so it's 30, you want that?
Let me do that, Jerry. We
Second
don't
page.
have a number.
Yeah. Couldn't open it technically.
All right. Yeah.
And this is Atkins?
Yes.
Okay.
Henry M. Atkins.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the sole source for the election supply to Henry Atkins and Son Incorporated for $35,205.
Okay, I'll second that. Any questions? All right, all in favor say aye.
Can I give you an update on the elections?
Sure.
If you want to.
Yeah, I was just there. There's been one vote. We started our voting. One thing might be, in August, people don't understand, you're gonna have to pick either Republican or Democrat or Independent. Unfortunately, about a third of the, after we spelled it out, the third of our mail-in ballots that we sent out are coming back either independent. There's nothing on the independent ballot. But they think that they are an independent, so they can pick any ballot. You have to pick a Democrat or Republican. The good thing with the new system is you touchpad it, which ballot you want. So there's no, he wants a Democrat, get a Democrat ballot, or get a Republican, he wants a Republican. Nobody says anything anymore. They just touch the ballot they want, it prints, and you hand it to them. The fair ballot language we received this week, we're putting it up on the website. It's on the 4 Constitution, that's it. It just says that if you vote yes, this is what will happen if it passes. That's supposed to be written in a nonpartisan way.
It explains it pretty well, so if you need a copy, please let me know. I'll make some for you. To share.
As I've said before, try to vote early if you can out at our offices. That way there's no lines. There was a poll conducted on the last presidential that a week before the election, and people that were 100% positive they were going to vote, they polled them a week after, and only 80% of the people voted. 20%, somebody got sick, it didn't happen. I had to send 2 groups to the hospitals. Like I sent a Democrat, Republican with a ballot to St. Louis this past, and one of the ladies was pretty elderly, and she could have had 6 weeks to vote. You don't know if you're going to be around or if you're going to be helped, but that ballot cost about almost $100 to cast it, because we had to take them up to Barnes and pay for the people to go up there. So there is a reason to vote early. Then on election day, I keep saying and emphasizing the 3 big voting centers. I have to keep my office open so you can go there, but more people voted there than any place else because you're familiar. We are set up so that there's no lines, because the First State Center can handle 5,000 to 8,000 people with no lines. Same with the college, same with the North County High School. So if you're in Farmington, all I do is encourage you to go to that one, just because there will be less lines. We'll take you out to the other one, but I don't have near the parking or the space to vote. So that's going up 6 weeks from today. So, and 2 weeks from today, you have no excuse balloting. What all that means is my computer does not pop up a question for the reason that you're voting. The most common answer is, I might not be there on election day. So we don't inquire you sure? Are you gonna be out of town? Or is it your birthday? You know, it's just check the box that I may not be there.
And it
So-
is your birthday, by the way. Happy birthday,
It
Kevin.
is, thank you.
29.
Right again. Well, I told the kids that were in there that it's 6-7, and they.
Oh, no. Anyway, we'll get this meeting going. Sorry, Kevin,
That's it.
appreciate it. And, yes, and they got the rides and stuff set up this year too with the.
Yes, the 2 locations that you
Anybody
take
you
the
know
polls
needs a
free
ride?
and provide a transportation to you. And that's for the ones before too. If you wanna go early, if you're senior and you don't wanna be around a lot of people for health reasons or the fact that you're gonna take a lot of time, bring your sample ballot that you've already filled out. They will bring you, take you home.
Call me, I'll give you a ride.
So we'll get you a ride there and for free, and we just like more people to turn out because we're unfortunately without the U.S. Senate race, without a governor race,
Gotcha.
we're only expecting a 30 to 35% turnout. And we'd really like to see it higher if we could.
All right.
Thank you.
So, oh, sorry guys, did I go too fast? Too much? Okay, so we did the supplies, and now we're on the supplemental agreement with Cochran. You know,
Okay, I am going to, but
Adam,
Adam,
you wanna speak on it at all?
Yes, we've spoke on this on the cultural survey. This is something that's new to us over, like I said, within the last 18 months to 24 months on the cultural survey. We're getting hit on these TAP projects.
and this is like a government,
This is a government, if you're dealing with any federal funds, or required federal grants, they require, if you're gonna take any type of right-of-way, even construction easement, you have to do a cultural survey to make sure there's no Indian artifacts. They basically survey the entire length of the project looking for arrowheads. About, basically, is as simple as I can put
I
it.
had a lengthy discussion with our Senator Henderson, and we'll be in the footprint of what bridge is already there. So that is what makes me so mad that we've got to spend the extra money on, we're already in the footprint, like you said.
So, like on this
we'll
one,
have
on the Hayden Creek Bridge, the existing footprint of the bridge, we're staying inside the existing footprint. I gave them the documentation where we pushed back on MoDOT.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it's a new construction, you have to do a cultural survey.
And they did, I just want them to know that you guys, many emails back and forth between them and the state.
And the ironic thing is this is sitting on flat rock. It's literally sitting on a shelf rock, and there's literally no digging, no nothing. It's in the bottom of a creek. You can go down there and take a photo, but they will not let us proceed without this cultural survey. We fought them for 2 months.
well, then before I make my motion on this, I'm gonna tell them the sidewalk project.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't spoke about it lately. Same thing, environmental. We're building a sidewalk on a state right of way that the highway was built in the 20s. They own the right of way, and now we gotta do a survey on the same right of way and pay for it. Could take up 2 months to
No,
a year.
no, general length on these cultural surveys, 8 to 10 months. So it just prolongs the project
I
that
mean,
much
that
longer.
has been the holdup on the sidewalk now, that got thrown on us, so, you know, that's why I haven't been boosted. I still wanna get the sidewalk, we're still working on it. Ludington has passed it, but the holdup is a culture or a environmental survey that, on property that we've been driving on for.
I see, now
you know,
that's completely, an environmental and
Yeah.
cultural survey is completely
Yeah,
different.
but it's saying, we're
Yes.
doing a survey on a right of way that exists, states owned it for, 70 years, 80 years. But we have to do it, so that's the holdup. Okay, I'm gonna make,
Your federal on
Yeah.
that sidewalk, it took us almost a year to get the report on the migrating bats.
yeah.
Yes.
In an area that did not have one piece of vegetation.
Correct.
There's not one tree.
So
not
I'm
one
sorry
bush.
about that holdup, but that's what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna make a motion that we approve the supplemental agreement with Cochran on the Hayden Creek for $4,804.
I will second that. Is there any discussion, more discussion?
Is this something that can be included in our cost to be reimbursed, or is this something that we're just out that money?
No, this will be non-federally reimbursed.
Question, but thank you for the bad news. Any other? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Alright. Alright, permission for the collector to use QuickBooks. Angie, would you like to, anything? I know we've got a lot of what you need, and
Yeah, I'm not sure what else there is.
that's fine. I just wanted to make sure if there's anything else you want to
I just wanted
add.
to utilize the tools that QuickBooks has. I have 28 checking accounts at this time. Most of them are protested, bankruptcy, things like that. But it will be linked to the checking accounts, and it will also be in real time reconciling. So I think it will be working smarter, not harder. And then it will free me up to also do some other things that I need to do for the office.
Okay, you're the elected official, you run the office, permission for the collector, I'll make a minute, we approve permission for the collector to use her QuickBooks.
And the cost.
And the cost will come out of her budget. Do you need the cost in there, Linda?
I have it.
Okay.
Alright, I'll second that. Is there any other discussion?
Total annual cost?
And let's see, so,
You know what the total annual cost is?
I was only told the monthly, because that will change once I do the training, it will drop. And then I can drop any part of the program that I don't need. So that's why it's up there as week and month.
Okay.
kind of pay as we go right now, I guess? I mean, okay, any more of that, Louis? Okay. Well, I made a motion, you second. Any other comment?
Just one
Yes,
quick
go
question.
ahead.
It says 245 per month after fully trained. How long will it be to train?
Usually 2 to 3 months.
After the first 3 months, or is it?
No, the first 3 months would be tops in the training. But I will, if I need training after that, I do have support.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
And we have all that now included in the minutes.
If you'd open the door. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. Item 6. The award of the extension to the behavioral health.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we award the extension to the behavioral health. I think this is money they haven't spent, and we award them an extension to the end of the year.
And that is the board that we're doing.
Yeah.
Because that we don't. Yeah, so. I'll second that.
That is, you all legally have to do it. That board is an independent board, but they come to you with the
Yeah,
recommendation.
exactly, yes.
You're just kind of rubber stamping the recommendation.
We just made an extension for them to
Yes.
spend their money.
Is there any other discussion on that? There you go. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Now, here is the opioid settlement awards, and that was out there for you guys if you, for the paper, you want to take a picture of that or whatever. There's a total award of $452,714.94, and that board that is in place for this, I know Parks and Harold sits on the board, as non-voting members, but they did a good job of going through all the applications and getting the money where it needs to go.
And for them, I'll remind everybody, this is not sustainable.
Right.
This was front-loaded from the settlements. There is a tranche of monies that are coming in the future, but they're much smaller, so they'll have to evaluate the requests at that point. That's why we couldn't fund any permanent things. Parks will tell you that, Harold will tell you that. We had to try to work with things that could be done in the next couple of years, and if they needed more funding, they'd have to find it, but ours is gonna drop really quick.
Well, I think they had meetings, Bridget, wasn't it 2 days last week? It took them 2 days, and they finally come up with their final total.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to make a motion to
Technically,
approve
you're the ones that are
settlement.
dispersing the
Yeah.
funds.
Yeah.
The board is coming to you with recommendation.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the opioid settlement awards for 2026.
And
At
I'll-
$714.94.
I'm gonna second that, and is there any discussion? I appreciate all they do in that board. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys. All right, what do you want? We've been shooting some things around, guys, and that's, one thing that we've just talking about, so you wanna?
Well, what we're gonna do today is permission to place the floodplain administrator on the CBID schedule. That's, as far as that right now, that's all we're gonna do is place it on there because, with Harold, this is his last year, he's our floodplains administrator, and we have to have one, the county has to have one. So right now, we're just gonna put it on the CBID schedule. And I'm gonna make a motion for Corey to go ahead and just put the floodplains administrator on the CBID schedule.
Do you have anything to add to this?
Are
Or do
you guys okay with where I wanted to put it in a grade 5?
Do what?
Are you okay with where we wanted to place it in grade 5?
Yeah, you-
No, not yet. I
No,
think
okay.
we're just gonna put it on the schedule right now.
Well,
I have to be able to put it in a grade though, unless you want to take it under advisement.
you could take
That-
it under
that-
Yeah, we'll take it under advisement then
Okay.
before we
That way-
place that.
knowing what it's gonna pay and,
Right.
you know, I mean, yeah. It's-
Will this be a full-time position or a part-time position?
Well, that's why we're gonna take it under
Yeah,
advisement. We
gotcha.
can discuss
That's
it.
okay, we're discussing further. So is that what you want to
Yeah,
take our
yeah.
advisement? So what we'll do is we'll take the, placing the floodplain administrator on the schedule under advisement. That way we'll know where it fits. I mean, Harold's the floodplain administrator until the end of the year, so we'll go from there. That's good, I like
And
that.
this is not adding additional salary if he maintains it. Bob did it for nothing. No other first-class county, we're required to have one. Nobody else would do it for nothing, but he was retired and wanted to contribute. So we appreciate that, but in the future, we can either combine, say we can combine emergency management with this position, or we could add, the assessor office has a lot of those maps, and they could be somebody that has a little bit additional duties.
Yeah.
Or you could hire a full-time administrator.
And that way it gives us time to talk to Eric's office, Misty's office, whatever, and find out where it better fits. Okay, I like that, thank you.
Yeah, Eric, we
We'll
need to
take
talk
that.
about it.
We'll take that under advisement. Okay, thank you, Craig, thank you. Thank you, Corey. Oh, sorry, yes.
So Commissioners, I've been in contact with Lauren Himhoff, who is the state floodplain coordinator for the State Emergency Management Agency, inquiring about this program. And because we do not have planning and zoning, the floodplain ordinance must still be enforced. I'm not familiar with the floodplain ordinance. You do not have to have specific qualifications. The county joined the flood insurance program in 1984, which means we have regulatory floodways in some areas, and there, as of the end of March, there are 20 residents within the county that have active flood insurance policies. County should have all flood insurance maps available on file. That's the information I received as to inquiring.
Thank you.
But the point is, out of 80,000 residents, 70,000.
I'm sure there's way more people in houses in the floodplains area that probably don't have, not insured.
Well,
We are trying to progress to make it
Yes.
more professional, even if it's a part-time position. Because I think originally, Mark in my office did it, and he fully admitted that he had some maps.
He didn't.
It was, he was just, I don't think that's in floodplain, it looks like it's not, it's not, and banks and mortgage companies don't like that guess, that, maybe it is, because they can't get flood insurance, or they can't get flood insurance, so it's something that we have to address, but I don't think we're to the point necessarily that we have to have a full-time job for the whole future, maybe a temporary situation, but not.
A lot of these third-class counties that can't afford it, they actually,
Now, Harold would argue it's a full-time job. I need to say that, he's not here, but he would say that he is putting out enough reports every month that it would be a full-time job.
Harold said he
that is his
did
position. I'm not-
191,
So I
I
don't
think,
want
up to
to
date.
make people think that I just said it's part-time.
Right.
He fully thinks it's a full-time, and it may be, but that's what we need to look into it and figure out what's.
All right. Any other discussion on that part of it? So, which jumps us to probably doing the same thing on this one?
Yes.
Taking it under
Well, we're
advisement.
we're just gonna take this under advisement because, this will be talked about in the future, what we're gonna pay and how we're gonna handle it.
All right. Thank you. All right. Oh, was there any other discussion on that part of it? I figured one with the first part, so, next planned meeting here Tuesday, June 30th, in this room at 10 a.m. You're always welcome and encouraged and invited to attend. Other business that may arise, how about the correspondence? I know we get lots of it. We've got some people in some good spots we can just, Brian, you got your call. How about public comments?
I want to make one thing for public comment. I just heard from Linda, and that is Al Sullivan died.
Oh, no.
And for those of you who knew Al, I don't think he ever worked in this building, but he was like Governor Hearns' budget director. He was the head of the Democratic Party for decades, very active in trying to get Doe Run, very, very active citizen, good guy. I don't want to make him roll over it, but he was a good guy and we got along well. But Nancy works for us. She's our Democrat representative on a lot of our audit stuff, and we offer our sympathy. And I went and saw him a couple times up at the Presbyterian Manor, and he still liked to talk politics, but he was really immobile and was not having the quality of life. But he had a great long life that was prosperous and worked for the people most of the time. Didn't he start? What's the group over there in Weber?
The community part, yeah.
Started the community
He was
partnership.
with
He was
that.
active in a lot of things in this community for a long time.
And
Told me
then
that.
I did wanna make a comment, Bill, here today with the union rep, the Teamsters. I feel like we need to really get this done. I'm sorry this happened a long time, but we had a discussion before, but we kinda look forward, we need to get together and get this settled.
But I assure you, I'm gonna waive my public comments today, and I'd like to have a couple moments of the two commissioners' time after the meeting.
That would be fine. I mean, I really look forward to getting this done, getting this
I do
settled.
too, and I don't think we're far apart, is the problem.
I agree.
Gotcha.
And I hope, like I say, with what we show you, you can understand our side of it.
They would be happy to talk to you at the conclusion of this, but it can't be an official meeting without being posted, since they have
Absolutely.
or you could talk to them separately.
Absolutely.
Just keep them legal.
Got it.
We'll talk separately. So, thank you for that. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. My prayers go out to Nancy Sullivan. She's a great lady, and I served with Al on the ambulance board. So I was through a lot of different fights between him and Jim. There was a strong Republican here, and I sat right here in the middle, and I'm just doing this like a tennis match. So you're right, very strong. Anyway, thank you guys, and thank you for that. And is there any other public comment? All right, how about some departmental reports? And anybody before the sheriff goes ahead? Go ahead, Sheriff.
Just going to report some numbers this week. Our yearly calls of service stand at 9,704, which was a weekly total of 440, so we increased that by about 19 for the week. Our inmate population has dropped by 4. We're holding 121 last week. That's 96 males and 25 female.
Man.
That's really about all I've got to report.
We appreciate it. I am really enjoying the strong presence on a lot of these back roads. I know we drive back roads a lot, and the sheriff's department is, you'll pass one, oh, thank goodness, because I got a call that somebody's, speeding, using as a racetrack. The presence of the sheriff's department has been strong out there, and I appreciate it.
Good. Glad to hear it. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for the sheriff? No? Okay. So any other departmental reports? How about Road and Bridge? Brian.
Kind of a short week with the holiday thrown in there last week. We did some pothole patching in areas of Westmeyer, Best, Tillman, Colony Church. We installed a crossroad pipe we found up on Sand Creek Road. It was kind of undermining the road. We got it put back in and restored. We graded Beal Road and cleaned up a tree from some wind damage. Continuation of our pouring concrete patches on Hildebrook Road due to heavy load traffic. Should finish it up this week and have it all completed. Our prison crew weeded around Turkey Creek, Hambrick, Primrose, Cemetery, Best Road, and Buzick. Helped move a container for the maintenance department at the morgue at Weber Road. Crews ran a paver down at the jail, trying to get familiar with our new paver that we got, running some limestone to it to get the feel of how the new paver is going to work before we start in with our paving. Our mowers are continuing in the north and south district. Mowers in the south should be back in the upcoming week. Maintenance and service their equipment will be back out to start their second mowing cycle of the season. Our sign work ahead, we had continuation of our St. Francis County stickers put on. A 9-inch old Vandergrift was put up. Temporary road closed on Sand Creek and 9-inch on King School. Last Thursday we had Ballman Fuel set our new tanks at the northern barn. Getting it ready for our new fuel system. We should have it up and going, I hope, within the next few weeks. That's all I had to report.
Hey, Brian, with the Strait of Bermuda opening up in oil, are we looking at maybe prices going down on asphalt?
Last week I looked at a 5-day trend. It went from 83 something down to, I'm not with what it was, but I think it dropped to 73. Just like, so maybe hopefully we'll get a little bit of relief in that area. I know I went through Elvis last night, the new station. It's the first time I saw diesel fuel go down to 4.15. So it's kind of some good news in our department. Like everything we basically touch, asphalt, oil.
Our contract costs are based on the oil
Yes.
barrel price.
Index, or
Well,
asphalt.
Or how's asphalt price index?
Asphalt
That's
prices.
asphalt price index.
That's right.
So hopefully that'll stabilize out and we can get some good pricing when we do contract up for asphalt overlays.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Anybody else have any questions for our highway administration? Brian Long.
Commissioners, I just want to point out, it's been a year since it was announced, over a year, that the Robert Sylvie Veterans Clinic had lost their funding from Washington. I've contacted our 2 senators and Congressman Smith, reminding them that this is a vital part of the community, where our veterans either have to travel to Jefferson Barracks or to the VA hospital in Poplar Bluff. And what is the status currently? Senator Schmidt serves on the Veterans Affairs Committee, and his father served in World War II, so he ought to be cognizant of what's needed for our local veterans. So I implore any citizen of St. Francis County or the surrounding area, particularly veterans, that they ought to contact these 2 senators and Congressman Smith and say, get off your ass and do something. Because this program, this expansion of this clinic was approved, I believe, 6 years ago.
And they never did finish it.
And it was scheduled to be, start completion this time last year, and Washington pulled the funding. That's my report.
And Louis, I don't know, but I do know a lot of veterans report there and then they bus, right? They bus Poplar Bluff.
Well, we'll have to find a way
Right.
down
I'm
there.
not familiar with that, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I actually used
That's sad.
to, when something happened out there, I'd help them, but I do know this, the veterans, a lot of times, I think we were gonna build one here, but a lot of times they were bused from out here to Poplar Bluff, a lot of times, so I wonder if that.
Well, it's a needed concern. It would have
Yeah.
provided jobs. It would have provided an economic impact to St. Francis and surrounding counties. And I wrote them over a week ago, and I got a courtesy note saying thank you for your inquiry.
That's it.
Thank you
That's
for
a
that,
very
really
good point.
appreciate it.
Also, while we're talking about that, I did talk to the engraver, and he's supposed to change the name of the Myers on the memorial. He's supposed to do it possibly this week or next week. So that will be happening over at the courthouse.
I want to thank the representative from one of our major cities to the north, Leadington. Andrew, thanks for coming. Didn't know if anybody saw you sneak in back there. I saw you. I felt you.
I'm not sure how long Harold's gonna be out. I did wanna let you guys know that, Team Care has a bid coming over to Harold's email.
Okay.
So to be on the lookout, I'm not sure how long he's gonna be
It's gonna
out.
be a sealed bid.
Bids, yeah, don't send to his email. If you're sending a bid in, it needs to go through.
I think it's just posted rates, what they send over to you guys every year.
Okay, so, yeah, there's something, I'm sorry, when you said bid, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
We've got the request for proposals
Yeah.
that are gonna be published in the paper, so you might take a copy of that back to them, so that, because they're going out to, for our new extension of the year.
Because
Okay.
bids, we do have to take every year, but
Yeah.
it's due, I don't think it'll be due till like September, November, I think, but.
It's every 3 years. we're
Yeah,
required to
okay,
bid it.
and so, we'll send it to where it needs to go if it comes to him, but I hope they don't send it open, I hope it's sealed, but they do say, a bid, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, any other public comment, okay, so, let's see, we have, other, right, no departmental report, sorry.
Motion to adjourn.
You made the motion to adjourn, Greg?
Yeah. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, same sign.